A little something about Raymond. He's an investor in stocks and rooms. He wants no money from you, no bait and switch, nothing. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to log into his personal account, share real estate property documents, and give you suggestions on what to read.
All right. Today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, and we're at my Fidelity Net Benefits login screen, and we're going to log into my Rollover IRA and see what it do. So let's get in here. You know, you got to put in the secret number, to keep the hackers out, which I'm not mad to do. All right, we are almost in. Like I said, we're going into the Rollover IRA, but I want to just show you this number right here. It says your portfolio. I have over $1 million in my portfolio, and I just want to let you guys know I'm about to show you how you can start your journey to getting numbers like this. Stick with me because I got your back. I do want to ask you guys to subscribe, like, share, hit the buttons on this video. This helps me to help you. I got your back. Everything I do is for free. I don't want any money from you. I just ask for you guys to do that, and I would really appreciate it. All right, let's go. Let's get it going. We want to hit that Rollover IRA right here. And I'm going to start off by talking about my dividends. So we're going right here to activities and orders. And it's been a minute, so we're going to do the past 60 days. And we want to do dividends and interest. And this is all the dividends I received. These are the dates, these are the companies, and this is the amount of each dividend I received from the company. So let me quickly tell you what companies paid me a dividend. We got Ford Motor Company, Intel, Wells Fargo. I got my money market account, Papa John's, Costco, right here, Abbott Laboratories, Apple, Lowe's, Darden Restaurants, AT&T, and I got another one from my money market account. And if we add up all the numbers right here in this column, the total dividends in about the last 2 months is $529.89. I love dividends. The good thing about dividends, even when the stock is going down, you still get that dividend. As long as that stock has that dividend, you get money. You typically get your dividends every quarter. Dividends are a great way to increase your investments. I always look for good quality companies that pay dividends. Let's talk about fees. Did I receive any fees in the last 2 months? And I did. Let's go here. And we're going to go to all transactions. And I got one fee, very small, but it's still a fee. And I want to talk to you about it because you might invest in a stock and say, what's up with this fee? So right here, it says fee charge, biotech, ADS, each REP1, ORD. I don't know what all that stuff is. I do know what this is, biotech. That's the stock that I own. And the stock is a ADR. ADR stands for American Depository Receipt. And when you buy a stock, that's an ADR. What you're doing is you're buying stock in a foreign company. This company is not a U.S. company, but it's listed on the U.S. stock exchanges. And that gives you the capability to buy the stock. But since it's not an American company, there's fees involved. So you got, the bank over there in the foreign country and the banks over here in the U.S., they got to talk to each other. They got to do all this behind-the-scenes stuff. And, of course, that costs money, and that's the fee, and you got to pay the fee. So every quarter, they're probably going to charge me around 8 cents. And if it's a good quality company and you like the company, it's worth paying the 8 cents. Don't trip on little small fees. You do want to avoid bigger fees, and those fees are the fees that I talk about in your 401k. And that's a whole different video that discusses that. And that video can be found at my website, Stocks and Rentals. Let's talk about what stocks did I buy. So we're going back to the top and we're going to do another sort. And this time we want to do investment activity. And real simple, it tells you right here, you bought Lowe's, you bought Ford Motor Company, and it tells you what I sold. I want to tell you why I bought Lowe's stock. I bought Lowe's stock. Let's click on it. I bought 2 shares at $209 a share. And the reason I bought the 2 shares of Lowe's, on the 24th, the stock dipped. I like to buy stocks on a dip. Let's talk about Ford Motor Company. I bought Ford. I bought that on February 4th. The stock dipped. I already own Ford Motor Company, so I decided to buy 50 shares. I paid $17.67 per share. Again, the stock dipped and I bought. I do want to talk about dips. There are a couple of types of dips, and you want to be aware of the dips, and you want to do your homework on any dip. Your homework will be Googling the stock to see if there are any news so you can figure out why the stock dipped. So one type of dip is when the entire stock market dips. So think about 2022, this year. Almost every day, the stock market has dipped, the entire market. So it's kind of like no matter what stock you own in a market, there was a good chance that it was down. Some are up, but the majority are down. That's why the whole market for that day was red. That's a total stock market dip. When that happens, I like to say, you know what? It's not my fault. Or I didn't pick bad stocks. It's not like, oh, wow, the 20 stocks or the 2 stocks or, 70 stocks that I own. I'm just a terrible stock picker and I'm getting crushed. No, everybody is getting crushed. So don't take it personal when the entire market is down. That is a good time to buy almost any stock if you believe in a company, because it's not like the stocks are down or the stock is down in that particular company because it went bankrupt or some kind of crazy news. That's why I tell you, Google the company to see if there are any type of news. The other type of dip is the market is doing good. Maybe the market is up, the market is green, but you're looking at the stocks that you already own that you're considering adding to your portfolio, or maybe you have some stocks on your watch list and you notice that those are red. So you should say, the market is up today. I mean, it's doing real good. It's green. But these stocks are red. Do your homework. Google the stock. Why is that stock red on a good day? And let's say you Google the stock. So, for example, I bought Ford Motor Company. Let's say I Google Ford Motor Company and it says Ford Motor Company is not producing cars because everybody went on strike. So, okay, that makes sense. The stock is down. For some reason, everybody went on strike at Ford Motor Company. Well, you might say, wow, that's negative news. Maybe I don't want to buy that Ford Motor Company on this particular dip. Now, let's flip it. Let's say you're looking at Ford Motor Company stock and the stock is down, but the overall market is doing well. So you do your research. You say, okay, let me see why Ford Motor Company is down. And then you can't find any negative news. So you're like, wow, it's red, but there's no bad news. Well, when there's no bad news, you might say, you know what? I want to add some shares because people are just taking profits. I guess somebody wants to buy a boat or a down payment for a car. You got a lot of people taking profits. There's no bad news, but it's a nice dip, and you have to determine what's a nice dip. I believe when I bought this Ford Motor Company stock on the 4th, it was a 5% dip, and it was no bad news on the 4th. So that's why I bought it. Again, if it was bad news, I probably would have said, you know what, I'm not getting this stock because, for whatever reason, they can't make cars. So hopefully you guys understand the difference between stock dips. The entire market is dipping versus a couple of the stocks that you're considering to buy or the stocks you already own. Let's talk about the stocks that I sold. I sold quite a few stocks, and the good news, I sold the stocks before I lost all my money. The bad news, I wish I would have sold the stocks a lot sooner. All these companies I had last year, and a lot of these companies, I doubled my money. Last year I did sell some of the stocks. I trimmed some of the stocks off. I took a little bit of the profit, but I didn't cash out of any of these stocks. And in hindsight, I wish I had. So let me tell you, the big losses that I have. Travel Zoo, I was down 46%. I lost almost $460. Teladoc, down 63%. I lost almost $1,700. Peloton stock, down 35%. I lost $177. I completely cashed out of Peloton. I sold every share I had, and this is one of the stocks that I was up double last year. So, of course, in hindsight, I wish I would have cashed out last year, but I didn't. This is how the game is. You can't win them all. I don't care how many stocks you decide to put in your portfolio. Some will be losers. Some will be winners. And I will prove to you that if you're a long-term investor, you will win if you want to be in it for years like I am. All right. Palantir Technologies, I was down 24%. I lost almost $450. Hertz down 35%, lost over $170. Dynavax down 32%, lost almost $160. Biotech, we talked about that earlier, down 54%, lost almost $780. Anovis Bio, down 44%, lost $113. This is one that I completely cashed out. I sold all my shares. And Ammo, down 44%, lost over $515. I lost a lot of money. And again, the lesson learned from this is that you can't win them all. When you are up, if you don't want to sell out the entire stock, sell a little bit. That's what I did. Last year I sold a little bit. I just didn't sell enough. I held on to it too long, and I took some significant hits, and I decided to either cash totally out or just scale back a little bit. All right, let's talk about where I am now to where I was about 2 months ago. So we're going back to the top, and we're going to positions. And we want to go all the way to the bottom and look at where I am right here. So my total portfolio, I have $211,717.04. And let's see, where was I about 2.5 months ago? So we're going to stocks and rentals, and we're going to find a last rollover update. And it is right here. On December 14th, I had $231,770.43. And bringing it back to today, the difference is a negative $20,053.39. I lost over $20,000 in about 2.5 months. This is proof that you can't win them all. But there's always good news in the stock market. If you are a long-term investor, that is your good news. If you stay in it, you don't bail out, you pick good quality stocks, you will win. How much money did I lose today? I lost almost $2,500, $2,435.91. That hurt. And I want to tell you what stock gave me the best profit and what stock hit me upside the head for today. So the stock that gave me my best performance is Target. I was up 9.84%. Today I made $235.92. And my least performing stock is right here, Starbuck Carrier. I was down negative 9.71% and I lost almost $76. Again, this is proof that you have to take the good with the bad. You never get all green. Let's say you only had one stock in your portfolio. If you log in and look at your portfolio every day, that stock will not be green. Every day that stock will not be red. It's going to bounce around. That's the way the market works. And to win in the market, you want to be a long-term investor. So let's scroll up to the top, and I want to show you every stock that I'm invested in. And I want to explain to you what you're looking at. So right here it says symbol. This is every stock that I own right here. Last price. This is the price that the stock closed at when the stock market closed. Today's gain or loss. This is how much money I made or lost today. This is the money amount, the dollar amount right here, and underneath that is the percentage. Total gain or loss. This is how much money I made or lost since I've owned the stock. So for example, Apple stock, since I've owned the stock, this is my profit, almost a little bit over $34,000, up 118%. 100% means I doubled my money. So I more than doubled my money in Apple stock. Current value, this is how much money that I have in each stock. So for Apple stock, the total value of my Apple stock is over $63,000. And this number is the profit, the $34,000 inside of the $63,000. Quantity, this is the number of shares of each stock that I own. So for Apple, I own 386 shares and a little bit more, 0.49. All right, the columns that you want to pay attention to, symbol column and total gain or loss. Right here is where I show you that I prove to you that if you're a long-term investor, meaning that you're willing to be in the stock market for many years, like me, you will win. So as I scroll through all my stocks, you will see more green than red. So let's start scrolling. Right here, total loss column. This is what we want to look at. You're going to see more green than red. Remember, green is winning. Money is green. The color green, I'm winning. Red means I'm losing in that particular stock, but you're going to see way more green than red. And remember, this is a video. You can pause the video, take your time, look at every stock that I own. I do want to tell you guys, I don't know about every stock in the market. There are a lot of stocks that's doing better than what you're seeing here, and there are a lot of stocks that's not doing well. The thing is, it is your money. You decide what stocks you want to buy. Of course, you can get what I have. You can get what I don't have. It's all up to you. And if you're wondering how you can do it, how you can get over $200,000 in your portfolio, it starts with $1. That's how I started. I opened up an account. I put $1 in, and I just kept putting in more and more money as much as I could. I started investing in different stocks after doing my research. And if you want to know how to do it, you're in the right place. I'm going to put a link in the description that's going to take you to stocks and rentals. And when you get there, you want to click right here on the menu. And you want to go right here. It says new to stock investing, start here. And when you get here, there are 8 easy steps. I got them all numbered out. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All steps are right here. The cool thing about the steps, when you click on the links, it's going to take you to either an article or a video. The videos aren't long. If you want to get over $200,000 in your portfolio, you got to click on all the links. You got to look at the videos. You got to read the articles. Everything is super easy. I hold your hand. I leave none of the steps out. I tell you that you got to open up a brokerage account. I show you how to buy a stock, how to sell a stock. I tell you how to figure out which stocks you might want to buy. I'll go over stock terms. I help you figure out what type of investor you are. For example, you might not want to buy the stocks that I own if you're not the type of investor I am. You got to figure that out. Don't let somebody say, yo, James, Kevin, or Lisa, you got to do it like this. No, you don't have to do it like that, because if they don't ask you the right questions to find out what type of investor you are, they're leading you down the wrong road. And there's going to be an accident at the end. You don't want that. So let me tell you how I like to end my videos. Let's go up here to the top. I invest in stocks. I invest in rentals. I would never ask you for a penny. I'm showing you that I make my money in stocks and rentals. And anybody trying to get money from you to show you, to educate you, something ain't right. This is 2022. You got too many ways to find something free without paying anybody. So don't go for the okie doke. Somebody showing you a little bit and then say, hey, yo, you got to take my class, or yo, you got to come over here. Don't do that. I got everything for you right here at Stocks and Rentals. All I ask you to do is subscribe, like, and share the videos. That's all I need from you. I got my own money, over $1 million. You can do the same thing too. I'm Raymond, Stocks and Rentals. I'm out. Peace.
Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button up.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn